Okay, somebody's asked me to do a YouTube video of Old Mulkey Meeting House State Park. So let's go ahead and do this. This is where Daniel Boone's youngest sister, Hannah, is buried. As you can see by here, they have a little information about her. And here is Daniel Boone's sister, Hannah. And they put a traveler's rest for her father here. And let's just go up here this way. Park is very well maintained. And I'm not using a video camcorder. I'm using a Nikon D5300. But there's a lot of old graves in here. A lot of Revolutionary War graves and families that descendants still live here. Some of them are actually missing. Stones have been either destroyed a long time ago or what, don't know. And somebody was mentioning to me about this style of gravestone. Some people call it Gothic style. And like I said, this park is well maintained. It's well over 180, 190 years old. It was built in 1806, so it's over 200 years old. Let's take a walk back over here. You can see how big some of these oak trees are, and they're humongous. You can see they got field rocks everywhere of where the graves are. There could be more back in those woods that we don't know of that doesn't even have a field rock. I said a lot of these are unknown graves. Some of them are newer. I guess families had put them here. They knew where they were exactly buried. A lot of these stones have been professionally cleaned and maintained. Sheila and Charles that run the park, Sheila the park manager and Charles the maintenance guy, they do a good job in keeping it clean and keeping it up. And a lot of these over here, all these are Revolutionary War soldiers over here. See, there's a row probably here. The stones are probably gone, but Allen County's in this row. Metcalfe County is in this row. And come over here is Cumberland County. There's a few back through there. And there's a little thing that tells you about the Revolutionary War veterans. Here's Barron County. And here's Monroe County, the county that we're in. Get some of these people in here. Luke Matheny, John Moorhead, Thomas Bartley, Thomas Brown, John Rasner. Like I said, these are all Revolutionary War soldiers through here. Some of the descendants are still living here. They recently cut this tree down not too long ago. It can tell you how big this tree was. It's been here a very long time. And this guy here, Ephraim, they have a little thing about him. He was born in 1762 in Culpeper County, Virginia. And these are all preachers through here. You can get on the website and read more about the old Mulkey Meeting House, but I thought I'd do a YouTube walkthrough of this place. I've been here many times. We held amateur radio events here and had kids from the school come. Really enjoyed that. Hopefully the kids learned about the math and science about it. And let's go over down through here. And you can see where they put these border walls here, these old rocks. And very little's been done to them. If I understand correctly, Charles and them told me that they might have put a few rocks up and move them around, but generally the wall is in the original state as it was. I have due respect, I'm not going to walk in there and get a close-up of these. I could zoom in like this. Maybe that might do you a little bit better, but you can see all these graves. All these people were born like 1790s. So they've been, and they died in like 1850s and early 1800s, so they've been here a while. And a lot of these trees weren't here when this was, of course, made. And here's James Chisholm. His family still lives in Tompkinsville here. And my father, or my grandfather, used to have watches repaired, the old pocket watches from, I guess, who they were, this man's great-grandson, great-great-grandson, I guess it would be. It was T.K. Chisholm, that used to be in Tompkinsville. And here's something that's interesting too. They had that where African Americans were buried here. There's one, and I don't know if this is the exact one here or not. Let me zoom in here for you. Aunt Rachel lived 102 years, slave to her mistress. And there is more graves back over here. Sorry if the camera shakes a little bit. I don't have a GoPro, and I have an old video camera, but I think that doesn't take as good videos as this does. As you can see, there's field stones here, little graves back here. A lot of them are probably babies. This person was about 87 years old approximately. So we're going to walk down the trail. Now, if I understand correctly, that the original church was not this one here. That's not the original church here. That was built in very early 1800s, around 1804. But they believe it was down this trail here. I'm going to go down here, and I will be back in a minute when I get close down to there. Okay, we're going back. We're almost there. So we walked about 1/8 of a mile down here, approximately, and very quiet, peaceful. But you can hear farmers off to the north of me. That's out in their fields. And down around this area somewhere, they don't know exactly where the original church was. But I'm going to show you there is graves down here. They have found these. If you look real hard, there's an indentation in the ground. There's a little field stone right there. The ground is sunken in, and they're all out through here. There's one back over there. There's another sinkhole back over there, and all these little field stones. And here's a grave that's down here. I'll let you look at it. It says Art, Elmira, Peggy, and Jemima, sons and daughters of Isaac Jackson, and Lumira Hagan, cousins of Stonewall Jackson. So that's Stonewall Jackson's cousin. But you can see all where the graves had sunk in. There's one here. In the summertime, you can see them a little bit better. They got all those leaves, but there's sinkholes all over here, indentations in the ground where graves are. Here's one over here. You can see the stone right over there. They're all down through here. And back over that way somewhere is where they believe the church was. And there is a big old creek that runs along downside back over there. So, but anyways, yeah, these are fieldstone, but there's graves all down through here. So, but back over here, that's where they believe the church originally was. Sheila could probably give you more information what they think might happen, why it could have burnt down. It could have been anything, natural disaster, who knows. But there's no record that I know of personally of exactly what happened. But anyways, I thought I'd bring you down here and let you see that. Like I said, this is a state park, not a national park, and the state takes care of this. They do have volunteers come down here and help out in the park. My brother's actually asked them to help, and we've come down here with different events they got down here. But I just thought I'd show you that. You can see where all the ground is sinking, all these field stones. Pretty interesting. So I'm going to walk back up the hill, and I'll be back in just a few minutes. Okay, we've walked back up the hill. We're right up behind the old Mulkey church here. They call it the old Mulkey meeting house, but it was a church. Philip Mulkey was the preacher at the time here. Nice and peaceful back here if you like quiet parks. It's not a big park, but it's one of the most quiet ones I've ever been to. And I've been to many around the United States, especially on the eastern part. Been to Daniel Boone National Park, Mammoth Cave National Park, Gettysburg, Valley Forge, Everglades. Everglades is pretty quiet out in a lot of the parts, but I've been to a lot of them. And they got it closed inside there, but I'll come here close to the church and I'll show you. You can see how they made these logs. When they built this, 90% of I guess you say about 80% of this is the original church. You can see up on here the marks with the axe, where they stand on the log, and the log's between their legs, and they swing this axe. I forget what the kind of axe they call them, which makes them marks. And they do this all by hand, not by modern tools. I know some of this has been replaced. At one time they did have a termite problem, but they fixed that. So, but the roof is not original. You can see how some of them were replaced up there. But this, I say about 80% of it's original. They got it closed up right now. Maybe there's a reason why, so we're not going to try to go in there yet. I'll do an update tour on that later on. But back over there under that cedar tree, you can see little graves, these little field stones. There ain't no telling how many more is in here, so they really don't know. But it's a quiet little park. It's a place to come see if you're a history buff, and get to see all these graves and, like I said, Revolutionary War soldiers. So, but anyways, let me go back here one more time and I'll show you Daniel Boone's sister. It is known that Daniel Boone has traveled through this area before. There's people who claim that they seen Daniel Boone's name on trees around here, locally, and down there by the Cumberland River, and up there just north of me where I live, off of 63. But anyways, here's Daniel Boone's sister, Hannah. Now, from the story I was told, that Hannah, one day, they don't know why or exactly how she got away or what happened. They don't know what the true story is, but she was scalped by Indians partially on her head. And I guess maybe from what we might think that we can just determine that might have happened is that the Indians stopped because there was people coming after them. They heard her screaming, or they shot the Indians dead, one or the other. You know, the Indians could have took off. But she lived, as you can see, up in she was born in Berks County, Pennsylvania. She died August 24, 1746, in Monroe County, in 1828. So she lived up in her 80s, 82 years old approximately. So she lived a long time, even after being scalped. They were tough people back then. So, anyways, that's the short tour of the old Mulkey Meeting House. And if anybody comes down here, just ask for Sheila. She'll be able to tell you a lot of information. But I think you enjoy the park. It's like I said, not a very big park. It's a very peaceful one. It's very well maintained. And looks really nice when the springtime and the summertime is here, when all the trees have their leaves on it. But here it is, February 4th or 5th. Well, I can't even remember what today is. It's about 68 degrees, 69 degrees here today. And just a week ago was 5 degrees, so the temperature has changed. So hopefully you enjoyed this small little tour. Just give me some like buttons or whatever you want to do. You can make comments there. Be appropriate. Don't be a snob and nasty. If you don't like it, the video, just, you could put a thumbs down. Just don't make no rude comments. This is just for educational purposes only.